I love watercolor pencils technique because it offers endless possibilities, endless inspirations, endless stories. In other words, it offers experimentation, discovery, and insight into your art journey. And Sketchbook plays absolutely crucial role in this whole process. And the inspiration for this episode came through one of the comments on my previous episodes where I showed you benefits of using a model, and I show you this model of the rose, which initially was created in a sketchbook and then later on enlarged into a bigger format. So in this episode I'll cover 3+1 tips which I hope will help you to start your sketchbook journey, which I hope will help you to start experimenting with watercolor pencils technique. So what is the generic role of a sketchbook? I guess for me, in a broader sense, sketchbook is about documenting your art journey. In other words, it should tell a story what you have been up to as an artist. When I was doing a research for this whole series, I came across a book and it had a chapter called Sketchbooks and Notebooks. And I'm paraphrasing here, but it said something along the lines that artists can use sketchbooks for sketching ideas and notebooks for recording ideas. In other words, artists can use drawing for visualization and text for explanation. It almost split the word sketchbook into a sketch and a book, and I don't see a difference between these two things. I think they should be brought together as one into sketchbook. So sketchbook should serve both purposes, sketching and recording, because by combining the two you can truly document your journey as an artist. Okay, so let's go into the tips. Tip number 1 is to consciously start using sketchbook. For example, I have an idea. Great. Consciously open the sketchbook and record this idea. Another example, I'd like to visualize something. Great. Consciously open sketchbook and start sketching, start drawing. Notice that the emphasis here is on the word consciously. And the reason why I'm talking about this is when I began my art journey, which was, I think I was 4 years old, we always have done sketches. If we did an artwork, we would do at least 1, 2 or 3 sketches before we start working on the final piece. But we used to do them on the separate sheets of paper. I came across sketchbooks much later in my art journey, and it was quite difficult for me to commit to actually doing all the sketching as well as recording into a sketchbook, because it was very unnatural. I did everything on a piece of paper, so this was very, very tough for me to overcome this. In a very, very similar case, even later on, when I was preparing this watercolor pencil series, I started experimenting with the watercolor pencils technique, and I started recording these experiments on a piece of paper. And then I was like, hold on a sec, I have to stop this. This needs to be done in a sketchbook. So I consciously forced myself to start recording these experiments in a sketchbook. I even retrospectively took these older experiments and recorded them in a sketchbook, and I've never looked back since then. Now it becomes much more natural. So it's about building or creating healthy habits, and slowly over time a sketchbook will become a place to go to sketch and record your ideas. In other words, to record or document your art journey. So the tip number 1 is to consciously start using a sketchbook. The tip number 2 is to explain things. And this goes back to my whole idea that sketchbooks are for sketching and recording ideas, for drawing plus text. I'm going to be a little bit contradictory here, because sketchbooks are not substitutes for notebooks. I'm sure everyone remembers when we were at school and the teacher was talking about a certain subject, we would try to make notes, and we would try to make as many notes as possible. But the sketchbooks are not about that. However, it is good practice to give your projects names, to say maybe how many pencils you have used on certain projects, what colors you have used, what you have learned from it, what things you should avoid, and so on. So I would say that tip number 2 is to explain things simply. And I'm putting an emphasis on the word simply. Now, again, this may be very difficult in the beginning. It was certainly very difficult for me. I struggled with this. I put too much text into my sketchbook, but it links to my tip number 1. It is better to consciously do it and perhaps overdo it in the beginning than not doing it at all. And then over time, through experience, you will learn how to simplify your recording, how to simplify your message, how to simplify your explanations. And again, you're creating a healthy habit of documenting your art journey. Now, the tip number 3 may be super obvious, and it's to test your watercolor pencils. I say it's obvious, but it's certainly not something I have done initially. But it's very, very important. This is a must-do. Whenever you have a new watercolor pencil set, you should test it. And the best place to do this is in a sketchbook, because you can always refer to it. You can always go back. You know where to find your testing, and you can see what the colors will look like when you draw with the pencils, but most importantly, when you paint with them. Because you want to see what happens to the watercolor pencil's pigment when you mix it with water. And the best place to do this is to do this in a sketchbook. You can even take this further. You can record in your sketchbook what happens when you start mixing the colors. And again, but the best place to do this is in the sketchbook. And whenever you have a new pencil set, you should fully test it before you start doing any artworks. So again, it comes back to the whole point of creating healthy habits. So the tip number 3 is to test your watercolor pencils. Okay, lastly, the +1 tip, or the 4th tip, is about the sketchbook itself. If you plan to work with or experiment with watercolor pencils, you need a sketchbook which has a higher quality paper that is able to handle the water well, or the water soluble technique well. Now, if you only plan to focus on watercolor pencils or watercolor painting itself, you could potentially buy a sketchbook which has professional watercolor paper within, but I certainly would not recommend it, because watercolor pencils technique is just a fragment of my art journey. And as an artist, you should not just limit yourself to one technique, at least that's my view on this. So I would recommend buying a sketchbook which has a paper with GSM of 300 or 300 or more, but 300 will do. In that case, the paper will be able to handle the water really well, and you can also use it for other techniques too. So the +1 tip, or the 4th tip, is to buy a sketchbook with paper of at least 300 GSM, so you can experiment with this beautiful technique as well as experiment with other techniques. So in summary, the tip number 1 is to consciously start using sketchbook. The tip number 2 is to explain things simply. Tip number 3 is to test your watercolor pencils. And the tip number 4 is to buy a sketchbook with 300 GSM paper. Hopefully one of these, or maybe all of these tips, will help you to start your sketchbook journey and encourage you to experiment with this beautiful watercolor pencils technique. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully see you next time. Bye for now.